This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Errol Spence Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, catching up right now. I missed a lot in these 5 days I was off social media, and so many interesting things are happening in boxing. It's so great to be back on camera. You guys don't understand. But anyway, Gervonta Davis, he's the subject of a lot in boxing right now, and I have a lot to speak on about him because he had his press conference yesterday to promote his upcoming fight with Hector Luis Garica, which, by the way, you know, the media out there, you guys were a disgrace. You didn't ask Hector Luis Garica not one question. Very disrespectful to a guy that I feel has earned his stripes this year in boxing and is one of the top 3 or 4 candidates for Fighter of the Year. No slouch, but people want to treat him like he's a slouch. So keep that same energy after the fight. But Gervonta Davis was asked by a fan on Twitter about Ryan Garcia, about if he thinks Ryan Garcia is on the juice. Is Ryan Garcia on steroids? Is he taking PEDs? Now, here's what Tank had to say about that. We'll read it and dissect from there. He stated the following, and I quote, "He never looked that big before. He is definitely on something. Shit, the zone already proved that they don't give a fuck about drug testing." Now, end quote. I agree with Gervonta Davis in that last statement. The zone don't care about drug testing. We've seen it with Conor Ben. We don't have to really hold our breath when it comes to all that type of stuff. But I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna come out and say this. We hear all this stuff about what Gervonta Davis will do, won't do to Ryan Garcia, and I'm getting it out there on record, and I'm gonna say it as many times as possible. Gervonta Davis is gonna lose to Ryan Garcia when they fight, no doubt about it. This to me is Gervonta Davis making excuses. He's already making excuses talking about PED use, and truth be told, if I'm just gonna be objective and unbiased about the whole thing, I wouldn't be surprised if they're both on PEDs. Because when you're at that level and there's millions and millions of dollars involved and these kind of things, you know, most of these guys who fight on pay-per-view are on PEDs. Most of them are. And they get swept under the rug, and it's not reported to the public because, truth be told, is these guys making these promoters money hand over fist, and they're keeping the sport of boxing, as far as the industry and the business of it, going. And so why would they hurt themselves by reporting PED test or PED use to the public when that could hurt the fighter's brand, their market value? These things happen in boxing behind closed doors. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tank or Ryan are on PEDs, because one thing I've learned about being around fighters through the years, going to gyms, talking to them, seeing how things play out, is that generally speaking, and it don't matter who we're talking about, you can name the names. Any fighter who accuses another fighter of PED use without proof is normally on some sort of PED use themselves. So whether it's Floyd with Pacquiao, Caleb Plant with Canelo, or Tank Davis with Ryan Garcia, you guys know the saying. When you're pointing the finger, you got 4 of them pointing right back at you. So I don't see why he's talking about all this now. Does Ryan Garcia look bigger? Yeah. But isn't Tank Davis the one who said that size don't matter? Isn't Tank Davis the one that talks tough and always says, I cracked this dude in sparring, I cracked that dude in sparring, these dudes can't fuck with me? You know, all these things he likes to say all over the social media. And now he's getting out and he's saying this. So, I mean, look, Gervonta Davis, I like him. He's a fun fighter to watch. I'm not trying to throw salt on him, but I can't come on here and lie to you guys and not give you guys the honest, cold, hard truth. Gervonta Davis barely has fought lightweights. Barely. Like, he fought Gamboa, he fought Rolly, and that's about it. Most of the guys he's been fighting at 35 are 35-pounders, and I like Hector Luis Garcia, but he's not a 35-pounder. Hugo Reese wasn't a 35-pounder. Jesus Cuervo wasn't a 35-pounder. A lot of these guys, he likes to cherry pick and from the weight class down below and move them up. But now he claims, listen, Gervonta Davis claims that he's not on Mayweather promotions no more. Mayweather, nor Leonard Ellerbe were at his press conference yesterday. You got his coach Calvin Ford talking about, Gervonta Davis is putting on his big boy pants now. So now I gotta take Gervonta Davis at his word. I'm not gonna call him a liar. I'm gonna believe him at his word. If he is by himself and he is doing his own thing and he's just with Showtime or whatever, then guess what? I fully expect him to fight Gervonta Davis next, and I fully expect him to be a man of his word and go in there and fight. I don't want to hear no excuses from him. I don't want to hear no excuses from Ryan. We've been getting too many excuses this year. And truth be told, maybe I shouldn't even really be talking about Ryan Garcia because you better watch out for Hector. You better watch out for Hector. Everyone's downplaying Hector like Hector's this slouch, but Hector Garcia is no slouch, and he's no walk in the park. And Hector Garcia is an Olympian. Dude is a military man. Dude is a guy that, has won fights as an underdog. A lot of these fighters, and I'm going to end the video on this note with Hector Garcia. A lot of these fighters that you guys like to hype up and put on this pedestal, a lot of these guys were made champion, meaning that they had good management or good promoters that made their lives a little easier and looked after them and guided them to a world title, which there's no problem with that because every fighter should strive to have that in their career. But when you have a fighter like Hector Garcia who became champion, because there's a difference between being made champion and becoming a champion. Hector Garcia became champion. He fought his way to that position because he earned it. He was a massive underdog against Chris Colbert. People weren't even talking about him. The same treatment he's getting now for Tank, he was getting against Chris Colbert. Beat the brakes off him. So shocked the world. Then moved up in weight and became world champion his next fight. So this is a guy that's earned his stripes. And Tank better watch out for that. But as far as Ryan's gonna, if Tank beats this Garcia, he losing to the next one. He ain't beating Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, it's written in the stars for him to beat Tank. And I'll do a video. I'll do a long video on this later on. But that's what I'll say right there. It is written in the stars for Gervonta Davis to take, or for Ryan Garcia to take Gervonta Davis's O. And a lot of people are going to be very surprised that night when they fight. So I'm going to leave it at that. Gervonta Davis accusing Ryan Garcia of PED use. And I already think he's making excuses before the fight started. So leave your comments down below about what I'm saying. I know I'm going to get some good ones. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take it guys.
Mayweather's uncles would say a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. You do. You've done it.
Thank you.
You about the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to say, man, make sure to follow True School Sports, always covering boxing at the highest level, man, and make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram at Just a Kid from Danny as well.
He the plug.